I don't see them on the losing side. They be riding for the reason they be genocide. Shoot 'em down, bow, 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 kill 'em dead. Shoot 'em down, got a body by the minute now. I don't see them on the losing side. They be riding for the reason they be genocide. Shoot 'em down, bow, 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 kill 'em dead. Shoot 'em down, got a body by the minute now. I don't wanna see you fraternize with the crew. Read my lips, I tell no lies. Me and you, never gonna intertwine. Now get your ass up out my face, cause I'm about to shine. Do it very well, you know I did it. Raise the bar, they retreat back in their feelings. All of my enemies and frenemies, battle scars. Take my winnings with a motherfucking grain of salt. Salty, I don't see them on the losing side. They be riding for the reason they be genocide. Shoot 'em down, bow, 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 kill 'em dead. Shoot 'em down, got a body by the minute now. I don't see 'em on the losing side. They be riding for the reason they be genocide. Me and you, never gonna intertwine. Now get your ass up out my face, cause I'm about to shine. Do it very well, you know I did it. Raise the bar, they retreat back in their feelings. All of my enemies and frenemies, battle scars. Take my winnings with a motherfucking grain of salt. Salty, I don't see them on the losing side. They be riding for the reason they be genocide. Shoot 'em down, bow, 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 kill 'em dead. Shoot 'em down, got a body by the minute now. I don't see 'em on the losing side. They be riding for the reason they be genocide. Shoot 'em down.
Shawty go nuts, yeah, shawty go crazy. Game like an Xbox, but no, you can't play me. Shawty got the whole club geek like the 80s. Life for the party, they say shawty go crazy. 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 Hey, I be feeling like the man when I walk through. Couple grand on my feet, then my boss shoe. Balenciagas for my baby, she a boss too. And check the tag, I ain't care what it costs. I'm the life for the party, but you already knew though. Got them all up in my section, tryna kick it like judo. Turn to the max, pockets heavy like sumo. I number 2 on track, but they tell me I'm the uno. Hey, I'm second guessing, yeah, we flexing, it's a blessing, yeah. 100 bottles, got them all up in my section, yeah. Nicolas Cage had them going in 60 seconds, yeah.
I like this watch a lot.
It's cool, right?
I like it a lot. Alrighty, guys, welcome back for another episode of the GhettoRig podcast for you guys. For those who don't know, my name is Eddie. Got my co-host Jade on my left-hand side and Miggy behind the camera today. Oh shit, I forgot to bring the webcam again. Yeah, so I went to set it up in my room today because I was in a race and then my rig started smoking. not my computer.
Oh shit.
The wheel, the power supply started smoking. Yeah, it's funny. I noticed it's funny because last time I went to play, for those who don't know, I have a little sim racing setup that my dad bought a while back, and we're still using it to this day. It's probably close to 10 years old. But I set it up. Last time I set it up, actually, sorry, when I was putting it away last time, I noticed when I pulled the power supply out of the wall, I heard like a tick, 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 inside the supply after I had already pulled it out of the wall, and I thought it wasn't the supply because it's already out of the wall. I didn't think there was any power going to it, but you know those things hold a little bit inside, right?
Capacitors do.
Yeah, so I guess that's when it went to shit. But I went to go use it today, and I plug it in, and the wheel doesn't do its little calibration, like go back to each side.
That's how I felt when I was trying to move my my Ford Ranger truck.
Yeah.
I was backing it up and it was off, and I don't know exactly what I did, but I managed to break the wheel off place. Yeah. So all it would do is you just spin that bitch forever.
Yeah.
So every time you get inside, you sing that song. It's a Ford fucking Ranger. You sing that song.
I actually saw a police chase today that went on for pretty long. The guy was in
live.
Crew cab range. I don't remember where it was. I think it was. Where was this chase at? I don't know. I was watching Landmark, and he does that. Like he'll be in the middle of a Tarkov raid, which is funny because one of the most intense games ever. he'll be in the middle of a raid and his chat's like, chase, there's a chase. Bro, he'll go into like a random room, just stare at the corner and like pull up the chase and start watching it. I guess he's like really famous for that or whatever. Because the chat knows, man. The chat knows there's a police chase going on to let him know, and he'll like pull it up and do reactions to it. And like he don't give a fuck. He'll MIA in the middle of the raid, doesn't care. But I was watching a police chase and it was a Ford Ranger, and man, this guy went for a long time. He had multiple counties going after him, to the point where like they'd start chasing him and be like, dude, this isn't worth it. And they would stop, and just the media helicopter would be following him. Like the police chase would straight up stop, and then they would start again, stop.
was it
Because
at?
when the county's over,
Can't
the other
remember.
county has to kick in.
Yeah.
Like one county is over, the other county
And
has to
another
kick in.
thing was, I don't think necessarily it was just like him moving jurisdictions. It was the fact that I think it was kind of like they verified that it was just a stolen car, and that he was just running. That it was more than likely they stopped chasing him. It's less dangerous in that way, where he's just gonna abandon the car and run anyways.
How
You
they
know,
how do they find out, like the chat? How do they find out that there's a chase? Is there like a website for it?
I
or
don't
something?
know.
They'll
I'm not
probably
sure.
would just follow that shit just
Yeah.
to bring that shit up.
Yeah,
It's one of those things.
I mean, he does have like close to 4,000 people watching him sometimes. So
Yeah, so it's like, who's the first one to bring up the chase? You know, so they're
Yeah.
all fucking scouring the internet for
Yeah.
some shit like that.
at that point, he's probably got a mod that's literally set to look for chases.
I'm gonna see if there's a website.
But what I was saying actually was original story was, yeah, I went to go race today and the thing started straight up smoking. My room smelled like burnt plastic for like probably a good hour and a half. It's good that I noticed it though, because I'm like, damn, this shit's not working. Okay, let me plug it in again. What the fuck? This shit's not working. Let me check, like, because I know Archer had already fixed that supply before. It's got like electric tape
Tape
around the
over it?
back. Yeah. And so when I pull it out of the wall to check it the second time is when I'm like, damn, this shit is smoking.
See, there's a group right there, Live Police Chases Facebook group. So they'll probably post something. Guys, couple of announcements. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Vitality, guys, you know that in the chat. Go ahead, throw Vitality down. There's some good things coming to Vitality in a month of May. So stay tuned on that. We'll keep you updated, guys. So, you know, so you all know what's going on. Number 2, guys. I
He's
want you to
wearing
pay
it.
attention to this shirt. Let me zoom in on this right here real quick. You see that? You see that? This thing is official. So come August,
Mickey?
UFC Largo Gym will be open. The tickets go on pre-sale within the next week or two. What this means is that you just basically put your name down by saying, yes, I will go to your gym. Your card doesn't get charged. None of that gets charged until the gym gets opened. So get that pre-sale going. They got a really cool special running right now, which is $10 a month, no subscriptions, none of that stuff, no annual fees, none of that stuff. First 100 members will get $9.99 per month for a gym, and then from there you can upgrade your membership if you want to do jiu-jitsu, hang out with us. You want to do some kickboxing, you want to do boxing, you know, you get to pick your poison per se, right?
They also
Or you want to
have-
do it all.
They're also going to have modalities kind of like similar
Yes.
to Vitality. Not, you know, it's not going to be the same thing, but
Yeah.
they will have.
They're bringing the
multiple modalities.
best. You know, they're gonna bring the hot and cold tub. They're gonna bring the
Yeah.
cryo. You're gonna have the sauna available there. So, guys, it's happening. It's working. I just saw their first. They actually teamed up with Tony Salazar. They actually filmed their
If you're
very
interested
first.
in the pre-sales, hit your boy up.
Yeah, hit Eddie up actually. DM him on Insta. Hit him up. He'll set you up, guys, with everything to make sure you're one of those 100 people that are getting the subscription. He's your point man on this, right? So hit him up. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna go to Eddie when I do subscribe for it, right? So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go through Eddie. So get that done, guys. Don't sleep on it. It's gonna be fun, and you'll get to meet us in person. So yeah, those are the announcements for the day, guys. But then we do have some. So I saw this interesting post on Instagram, and I figured I'll post it, right? Because we've been going back and forth about this. What watch company owns what, right? And you know, it's also a rankings as far as like number one watch companies in the world, right? So as you can see, Mick, if you blow it up to the screen, so as you can see, Rolex right now is taking up the number one spot as a watchmaker, and it's owned by the brand itself, Rolex. As you can see, then you have Cartier watches that's owned by Richmond. I want you to pay attention to some of these companies. They're going to repeat, right? Especially Swatch. Now you can see Swatch, Omega, Then if you go down, Swatch Longines, Swatch Tissot. So Swatch has sort of a, I don't want to say monopoly because it's really not a monopoly, but
It's just
Swatch
a
has
large
bunch of
watch
companies.
group,
Yeah,
man.
large group. Richmond as well. Look, Vacheron Constantin, which is considered one of the best watches out there. You put it with Audemars Piguet, Patek Philippe, Richard Milles. It's owned by another group, right? And then you have your, Audemars Piguet, Patek, Richard Mille, which are like independent. Breitling is an independent one, right? So go to the next slide.
I don't know if Breitling's necessarily independent anymore because I think they have other watch groups. Like they're considered their own watch group now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? 'Cause
So
they have
again,
other stuff under them. I
look, Richmond repeats itself again.
Swatch as
IWC,
well.
Jaeger LeCoultre. And
Panerai.
then you get the next big player that comes in, LVMH. You got Hublot, Tag, Bulgari. And then you have Hermes, which is its own little watch
Tudor
thing,
is
right?
under Rolex.
Tudor is under Rolex. And then you have Chopard, which is on its own, right? Blancpain is not mentioned on this. I don't remember who's Blancpain under. Swatch.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's why they
Blancpain.
got the collaboration with the Swatch. You know that the 50 Fathoms Blancpain was with X Swatch Group was because they're under the Swatch Group.
So there you have it, guys. On this note, I want you to switch to that Blancpain watch that we had, the black watch you had on Insta.
That was really nice.
So it's a really cool watch. Now, this is what I wanted to ask you. When you look at this watch, what do you think? I mean, it's kind of made to be like a
I see a
suit
khaki.
watch.
I see a Hamilton in there with the hour markers with the 12-1.
Yeah, but the way those numbers are and the way those circles are, this reminds me more of a sporty watch. You know what I mean? Like it gives me sporty watch vibes. It doesn't give me like a suit and a tie watch
No,
vibes.
it does not.
But it is on a
It
leather
says
strap.
sporty
You know?
yet elegant with a 36mm steel case. Black dial with applied brigade numerals and 100 hours of power reserve. Seriously good looking.
Yeah, and then look at that power reserve dial, cause kind of cool, right? Like
Yeah.
it tells you what your charge is
And
basically. Like
damn,
0
100
to
hours, that's more than you
Yeah.
see on most watches.
100 hours is what, 4 days. You know, that's solid 4 days. No, it's very rare to get watches like. Can you flip to some of those pictures there, Miggy? Yeah. So the way it sits on the wrist, keep going. Keep going. Keep going. One more time. I want to see the clasp on this thing. Yeah, so it looks like it's a regular clasp, which would kind of say it's kind of like a hybrid. Now keep going one more time. One more time.
I really like the watch, man.
I do, but so if you're a watch collector and you're seriously into watches, where would it fit? You know, like when you
as a dress watch, if you
but more of a casual maybe dress watch.
Yeah,
like you
be
go into like a tennis game or something like that with the polo. Maybe
even like in if you're wearing like just plain pants, khakis, and like a very just plain t-shirt, you can pull it off. With more of like some leather style sneakers / shoes. That kind
so it's more of a casual, elegant, like
you can wear this every day.
Yeah,
It depends on your style. Like me, I wear a lot of graphic tees. I could not wear this every day.
Yeah, so
but if you're someone who wears a lot of plain stuff, like plain shirts, you could wear this every day.
You know what this watch reminds me of? I think of it as like a 50-year-old dude, pretty accomplished, wears moccasins, khakis, some sort of I don't know, like a V-neck sweater, and gets out of like a old convertible Porsche. You know, that's what this reminds me of. On the way to like a tennis game or some shit.
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot.
It's a nice watch. I really like how they made the watch. I like the numbers. It just seems that it fits. You know what I mean? It's kind of like it belongs, like things belong there.
I should have saved this video I saw to see how good you would do on it, Jay, because I saw this Instagram clip where it was kind of like a bunch of random trivia questions about watches, but they got progressively harder and harder, and I was wrong on a lot of them.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I don't know much watches. You probably know more about watches than I do, because I've never really rabbit holed myself. I rabbit holed myself in the sense of trying to understand where each watch kind of belongs within the hierarchy and who's connected to who and how and mechanically how they're made. But that was, anyway. But go to the other watches that I had up. So you have the Trinity, the holy trinity of sport watches, right? You have your Speedy, you have your Zenith, and then you have your Rolex Daytona, right? So all of these are new.
It's funny we're talking about this because I was this weekend. We were at Ozzy's house for his grandchild's first, and I was talking with Douglas. He actually has the
Tudor. Mm-hmm.
Tudor chronograph, and I was telling him like, because he's like, yeah, I mean, I really like if I were to get one of these three, I would. He's saying he would probably get the El Primero, and I was telling him, I was like, man, in my eyes, you have my aesthetically, it's not going to be as costly as these watches. Well, I mean, the Speedy is probably in the same range as the Tudor, but the Zenith and the Rolex are going to cost you a lot more.
Yeah.
And I was telling him, man, the Tudor's to me aesthetically one of the best chronographs.
Yeah, the only thing about the Tudor is that it wears thick, like so if you do want a little bit of a
I think
thinner
all
watch,
of these chronographs are pretty thick boys except for the Speedy. Because these are because I think
Daytona is about the same size.
I think the Daytona is a little thicker.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the Daytona has the Speedy doesn't have an actual automatic. It's hand wound.
Speedy is a hand wound.
I think that Speedy,
the new
the white
Speedy
is hand wound.
Because they have some that are hand wound and they have some that are automatic.
I saw the case back and I don't remember seeing a rotor. That's why I'm saying that.
Yeah, because I would look up that because But anyway, I don't know. Zenith, great fucking watch. Had its place.
This is the first chronograph ever.
Yeah, had its place in a history. But it is a very busy watch. Like there's so much shit going on this watch.
I don't see a rotor there.
Yeah.
That's hand wound. That's a hand wound movement.
Yeah, look up if Speedy's automatic. Look up. Cause that one looks like a hand wound, yeah. But I think you might be looking at that recreation of the
This is the
movement.
new. That's the new one, the white dial.
That's the white dial.
The new white dial that came out.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know, man. I don't know which one I would go with. I still
Out of
think
these, I'm taking the Speedy. Aesthetically, it's my favorite. Wears the thinnest. Maybe not my favorite bracelet out of the three. I like the other bracelets but I think the Speedy is where I'd go aesthetically. But build quality, I'm going with the Daytona.
I was gonna say I would pick the Daytona just because it doesn't seem as busy to me. No, the bezel, nor it's like easy to read. You don't like there's no confusions in it, and it's not loaded with shit. You know what I mean? Like just bunch of stuff in it. It's just plain.
I think they're all pretty equally as busy though.
Yes, they are. I mean, it's a chronograph, right?
Right.
So it's gonna be busy no matter what. But I don't know, man. This is that's the holy trinity of
look
like
at
sports
this, man. I'm
watches.
not seeing an automatic. I even looked it up. I said automatic Speedmaster case back, and it's not coming up. They're all hand wound. They're all hand wound movements. It looks like.
Yeah. So I don't know, but yeah. So since we're talking watches, let's talk about this one. Fratello put out the new
best watches
article, best watches under 1,000 euros. So let's see what they're saying. What their
this watch has gotten a lot of hype. That specific square one. I think it's the Brew. I think that's where it's coming from. Brew. I saw they shouted out this watch. It was a basketball player wearing it the other day. Yeah, for $1,000, I don't know.
$450, no?
What I thought it said it right under 1,000. Go up a little bit.
Yeah, so go down a little bit more. Right there, $450.
Okay. What is the movement we're looking at here? It uses a Seiko VK80 movement, which is a Mecha Quartz movement featuring a date, running seconds, and 60-minute counter. So yeah, this is like what they call Mecha Quartz. So you can see, I think this is also what they use kind of in their speed timer. That it's a quartz watch, but you get the sweep of a mechanical. It's very aesthetically pleasing. Because it's a very constant, looks like a legit sweep versus like even my Tissot, you can kind of stare at it.
Yeah,
you can see the little.
Yeah, it depends on the vibrations. So
Right.
Tissot is at 2,800 hertz. Mine is at 2,800. Seiko does have their 36,000, not
the high
2,800,
beat?
28,000, 36,000 high beat ones.
Yeah, so
Those
when
are
you really get a
like,
smooth sweep.
Yeah. So go down a little bit more.
Certina. I've been hearing a lot about this watch brand, man. Teddy Baldessar has been mentioning them as one of his top picks for this price range.
So with Certina, what I don't like is, look, it tries to be a two-door, it tries to be a Rolex Submariner. At the same time, it tries to be Omega Sea Dweller.
I see all those things. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like it's just
Seamaster,
Seamaster, yeah.
Rolex.
It's just the fucking everything combined into one place.
I see what you're talking about. I definitely do.
I
think it's a nice watch though. I do like the blue hour markers with the hands blue. I think that is actually lume as well. It's a dive watch. You're gonna get that, and they do come in titanium.
Yep. So it's gonna be super light.
After
Super
this,
light.
remind me of Botery.
Yeah.
They just came out with a new
Bro,
watch.
once
new
you touch
GMT.
once you touch a titanium watch, like that feeling in your hand, like it never goes away. Because it's like they're so light. Like you think this watch is gonna be heavy, but they're fucking light as
Yeah,
shit.
titanium is extremely light.
Keep going down there, Miggy. Let's see what we got next.
Baltic.
Baltic.
I've been seeing this
I
a
like.
lot.
Yeah, I've been seeing this on. They've been blasting it through. So keep going. That's the same Baltic. Keep
Yeah, I
going.
really like their dials, man. The texture on the dials is really nice.
So this Seiko automatic, this one looks really cool to me. It's probably one of the
It's very
older
vintage
ones.
looking.
It's probably like one of those King Seikos. No,
No,
it's a
doesn't look like so.
Diashock.
Latest recommendation for the best watch is under $1,000. Old Prospect Vintage. I don't know, man. That the watch looks old.
Yeah,
Watch looks very old. Looks like one of the ones we saw in that shop we went to in Las Vegas.
yeah.
Final thoughts. Oh, they made this brew in like a PVD. It looks like.
So anyway, there's some suggestions for you guys if you're looking at watches.
Look up Bodery, Boderry. RRY. Look up new GMT. New GMT. Yeah, you can just click that first link. Go ahead and go to their website. That first like buy link. Yeah, that's the one. So they did their titanium Voyager basically, and they made it into a new GMT. What do you think about this, Jay? I like it. I like it. Aesthetically. I really like it.
I like it, but you know it is $140. But at $300, which is, yes, I get it. It's double the price. You get in a Seiko.
But this already has Seiko movement, and it's titanium. You're not getting that at $300
No,
from Seiko.
no.
So you're getting your Seiko movement, and you're getting a pretty well put together titanium watch. This reason I bring up Bodery is because, man, I've been seeing a lot of watch guys talk about the brand and how good the value is for them, especially
It
since they
is,
switched their movement to Seiko.
Well, the question is, are they going to last? How long they're going to last? You know, as
Yeah.
a watchmaker.
Right.
So that's always like looming there. So, you know, Seiko is not going anywhere and it's going to be recognized all over the world.
This
Yeah,
no
watch
matter
I
what.
don't like. It seems too busy for me. It's also not symmetrical in the sense that the
None of the
rectangles
fucking hour
and the
markers
squares
match.
and triangles. What else about it? I'm not a big fan of the band either.
So again, this one tries to be a Seiko, tries to be a two-door, tries to be an Omega, it says.
You know what? I don't like that, Jay. I don't like how you like dissect these watches and just compare them to all the big brands. I mean, at the end of the day, you can only do so much with a watch, man.
That's true. That is true. That is true. However, I don't know, man. You making a GMT, you could make it less look like something else. You know what I mean?
Really, I don't.
It's an homage. I mean, you can tell it's an homage to.
Yeah,
like a-
with the Pepsi bezel and stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think they did pretty well keeping like the dial
for
pretty
what
original.
it is, for the
you know?
price wise, yeah. If you're in that low market, low budget market,
Like if you want a titanium GMT and you
This
don't
is
want
the
to
best you're
spend
gonna
$150 or more, this is your
the
best
you're
thing.
gonna- yeah, this is the best you're gonna
And
find.
in reality, I bet you can't find me another titanium
No.
GMT automatic for that price. You
Mm.
probably can't find it. So, and it's not like
You
it's some bullshit Chinese movement. You're getting a reliable
movement, yeah.
Seiko movement in there. So,
All right, go to the next article. What do we got next? Pull up one of them trashy websites. Let's read the trash stuff. There you go. BuzzFeed. 40 extremely random things I just found out that completely and totally blew my mind last month. So let's see, what was this?
You're finding out a lot of things in 1 month. Goddamn.
Yeah. It's like looking out for two shits at the same time on the same day. This is Ruth McComson, the woman who won the 1924 Miss America pageant. Okay.
What's so surprising?
Miss
I don't get it.
America pageant.
Let's give it up for Ruth, the champ. That's hilarious.
There's a bird that looks just
Like Danny DeVito.
That's funny.
That's actually hilarious because you can see it, man, with the fucking pup in the back.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
This is what a 4,500 pound block of cheese looks like. God damn.
Scroll down a little bit more, Mickey. Damn.
Damn.
See, I wouldn't trust the consistency of that shit, man. Like, you get some off the top, it's gonna be tasting like one thing, and then by the time you get to the bottom, it's gonna taste like another. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Who is this? The world verified oldest woman just had a birthday last month. 117 years old. Maria Bernays
Brañas.
Morera. You go, Maria.
117 years old. God damn.
That's a lot of years.
Damn, dude. Just after 100, just the age that she has over 100.
She's waiting. She's
it'll-
like, God damn, 17? Fuck.
Damn.
How many more?
No, but I feel like at that age, if you wanted to just just off yourself, you could do it. It's not too hard.
I'm sure no one's gonna argue with her. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
bro.
Like, no one's gonna argue with her.
It is what it is, man.
You do what you want,
I
my guy.
feel ya.
You do what you want.
At that age, you turn wrong. You done. Like
I don't
at that
think she's
age, you
walking,
probably
man.
could forget breathing. You know what I'm saying?
She's
Like,
probably not even walking
You
anymore,
breathe
man.
wrong and you're fucked.
yeah,
Yeah.
but good for her. Shit, my man's out here.
Owner of the
ZZ
longest
Top
beard.
Style.
Bad boy.
Zach T. Wilcox, owner of the world's longest beard in 1922. My man's out. Can you imagine the woman went to kiss him on the lips and like, bitch, not on my lips. You might fuck up my beard. You know what I mean?
I don't see how that would be fun to have, you know? This is what a piece of the moon looks like and a piece of Mars looks like. Interesting. That just looks like some interesting, like, weird stone.
Why the fuck do you have it? How the fuck do you even
How
have
do you
this?
have
Yeah, how do you get this?
Hello, Crocs.
Slang may just have peaked in the Victorian era. Sorely missed Victorian slang. Giggle mug, always smiling. Bitch the pot, pour the tea.
Bitch the pot.
Got the morb, temporary sadness.
That's what I'm gonna tell Jay every time I want him to pour me a shot. Bitch
Tight
the
as a
pot.
boiled owl? How did they even make, like, that's drawn, but how did they even make the comparison? Tight as a boiled owl. I
Poked
don't-
up, embarrassed.
Poked
Sauce
up.
box, the mouth. Cupid's kettle drums, the breasts. Not up to dick, unwell. That's a weird one too.
Yeah, it's super weird.
Not up to dick.
Hey yo, Eddie, how you doing?
Not up to dick.
bro.
Yeah.
Not up to dick. This painting by Leonardo da Vinci is the most expensive painting ever sold.
That's Jesus.
450 million.
Jesus. Yeah. So there was a controversy behind this painting when they sold it for $450 million. And a lot of people were saying that it was just a payoff. Meaning, like, because art is
This
such
was just a way to move the money.
Yeah, it's such a subjective thing. It was
Yeah.
just way of moving money, you know? I mean, we had what, Joe Biden's son selling his shit for like $2 million and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
It's crackhead
So,
paintings.
yeah, crackhead paintings. This boat, known as the Boomin Beaver, is apparently the smallest ship in the U.S. Navy. He ain't chasing no one on this one.
I mean,
This shit got
apparently used to tow small ships and deploy underwater fences. Folks, do we have a stand? The mini tiny like, how do you? This doesn't fit someone on it. This thing's got to be remote controlled. You know what I mean?
what
Like,
is the cabin for?
it looks like it's this big.
For little ants?
I don't get it. I
Oh,
guess they use it though. I mean, if they're using it, it gets some work out of it. You know.
Yeah.
This is what a Twix that hasn't been dipped in chocolate looks like. Not very appetizing. I'll tell you that
Hell
much.
no. Looks like a 3-year-old made a sandwich, bro. That's what it looks like.
This is a stairwell that doesn't loop around and only goes in one direction. Looks like that's sketchy. That
Yeah.
reminds me of Aide, my kind of aunt friend Aide. I don't know if you've met her, Mickey. She fell down an escalator one time. That shit just. This reminds me of that. Like, if you fall, dude, you're just gonna go all the way.
You know what this is? This is probably like a building, and inside of the building. What you doing, Maggie?
It's just looking at chat, I think. Hello to everyone in the chat. Why does it say stream starting soon still? Hit live on that?
No, we got stream going. I see. it.
Okay, yeah, it's just delayed or whatever. Yeah, you're good. We're good.
What's
What's up, foe? Hello to everyone in the chat.
So go back on that again. Let's see. Yeah, so I don't know how they did this, but it looks like it could be just the side of the building, and you see like there's entrances to the floors,
Yeah.
and the floors are probably just kind of long, and it's just kind of like. But I want to know what's underneath this, like all that unutilized space. What is
That's
that?
what I was gonna say. Is that a staircase like this is gonna, waste a lot of space if not used correctly under.
Or someone's shit is like.
This looks to
right
me like a
under.
ship. It could be a ship inside.
Yeah.
But I don't
It's a
know because
big
concrete. Yeah, no, it's concrete on
It's
the sides.
concrete,
No,
yeah.
it's not a ship.
It's center blocks.
Yeah.
All right, go down. What is this? Platypus. This right here is a baby platypus known as the puggle. Okay, got it.
Okay, yeah, they're just putting stuff on this list. What does it say? The most points you can win for Scrabble. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, nobody figured that out.
This is how condoms were tested in 1930s.
They got a point. I mean, they fill it up with water.
Well, it looks like they're just air, just filling up with air to see if it leaks. Then they had condoms in 1930s.
Yeah. Well, back in the day, you used to use the bladder of a sheep.
Huh?
That was the bladder of a sheep, and they would tie that shit around their penne. Talking about penne pasta. So when I do go buy pasta, every time I look and I try to get the widest possible pasta I can get. And what I've noticed is some of these companies, they caught on to this shit that people are looking for the widest
flour on that shit.
throwing flour on that shit, and they're making their packaging like
so you can see
like a little frosted, so you don't.
Okay, I get
You
what
know
you're
what I
saying.
mean?
They're putting like a filter.
Yeah,
on
putting
the
the filter on the
pasta.
packaging. Yeah,
This is a Hoba meteorite, the largest meteorite on Earth.
that's cool.
I thought it'd be bigger, man.
That's
Hammerhead
a hammerhead
sharks.
shark. So you know what's cool about the hammerhead shark? They're like that hammerhead area. The reason it's so big, and there's a reason behind it, is because it can detect electrical impulses.
Yep.
And that's how they find shit. Keep going. Looks like we both watched the same Shark Week.
No, I've heard of that
Yeah.
though before.
This is what the inside of the wind turbine blade looks like. Oh shit, that is big. Holy fuck.
Wind turbine blade.
Did you guys see the wind farm when we were on the plane and going to Vegas?
Mm-hmm.
Dude,
Yeah.
huge. That thing was
Huge.
huge. I had never seen those before. You don't see that shit on this side. Some children's doctor's offices put doorknobs super high so children can't escape. Yeah, this makes sense.
That's P. Diddy's home.
He said his home has high doorknob. That's fucking hilarious.
When Justin Bieber was in his house, like, why are they so high?
Man,
Oh shit, we should be
it's not
joking
even,
about that.
it's not even about Epstein anymore.
Yeah, it's no
Nah.
Diddy,
Now
baby.
it's Diddy. It's all about Diddy.
I
He's a trump.
don't know if I put that article up. So apparently there was a leaked data of cell phone leaked data that they tracked to the Epstein Island, and they can track up to 200 cell phones right now that've been on that island. And there's a live map of it.
Yeah. You imagine you just went to that island for a legit meeting and they're like, you raped kids. And it's like, no, I was just there talking to people.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Go down. What is this?
This license plate from Antarctica. Oh, that's cool. You get a penguin.
Okay.
SP90. I don't understand what's the whole point of this, but
90 degrees. I don't know what that is. And finally, this proposed design for a female urinal.
that looks disgusting. That looks disgusting. Like, what do you gotta do? Like, put your coochie on that long part and kind of crouch?
But how does this even convenient?
This, like, I think way better was a way better design was that little, like, rubber cup, that rubber funnel that the girls can put on their coochie. You seen that before?
Yeah, I've seen. And then you
That's a
kinda
way better
direct-
design than
You
this.
can direct the stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is what a turtle getting an X-ray looks like.
Oh, they just fucking
Poor
put
thing.
him. Poor thing. Oh shit. Keep going down.
Man, it's funny. We're talking about
This is
X-rays.
a view from the toilet on the 115th floor of the United Arab Emirates Burj
Burj
Khalifa,
Khalifa.
the tallest building in the world. What were you saying, Eddie? Sorry.
Lad, you ever notice when you go to get an X-ray? Have you gotten X-rays before?
Yeah, of course.
Like, how about you, Mickey? You gotten X-rays? You go in and they're like, motherfucker hides behind the wall, and you're like, bro, like, why are you hiding from this? This is so safe for me. Why are you getting back there like a nuke is about to go?
I've asked them that.
Apparently,
I've literally asked them.
I've looked it up. I've seen the evidence. It's apparently because of the prolonged exposure.
Bullshit.
That needs to be behind there, but I still don't believe
Bullshit,
that. Like,
bro. I
still,
think
I've
you
got to be fucking me up a little bit, you know?
Yeah, they giving you bullshit excuses, bro. You know you're getting fucked out there. They're putting this gigantic thing on your chest, like it's getting your teeth x-rayed, like covering your neck, and like this thing is thick, looks like it's bulletproof.
Or like, for example, I went to do that MRI on my elbow the other day, and you can't go in there with anything metal. And like as the machine's starting up,
I can go in there with my dick.
as the machine is starting up, I keep thinking like, damn, I have my Crocs on. Is there anything like metal in the Crocs? Like, oh shit, I have jeans on. It's like the metal on the jeans, like so many things. Cause I don't know if you've seen this, but like I watched this show Good Doctor, right? And one day this guy goes in. Apparently it's like an interaction of a true story, but guy goes in with swordfish through his thigh, right? And they're like come with a saw, and they're trying to cut off the. He's like, no, don't fucking touch my fish, you know. They're trying to, and so they take him to an MRI to see exactly where if the fish had any mess with anything, so they could pull it out and keep the fish intact. And they take the fish into the MRI, and like 200 hooks fly out of this fish, wrecking the whole side of the fish's body, and the guy's screaming, "What the fuck!" And this like the whole MRI machine covered in blood, because the way an MRI essentially works is this huge fucking magnet that spins around the chamber, right, and it gets the image somehow. I'm not a fucking scientist, but essentially there's a huge, powerful magnet in there. And it was hilarious because they go into the room and it's just everything covered in blood. It's like 1,000 hooks stuck to the side of the MRI machine and shit. Like that shit, every time I've seen that, I'm like, damn, I'm kind of scared. Go into an MRI.
So there goes Alex right there. The earliest condoms were seen as early as 1000 BC. That's before Christ. To anyone that doesn't know, the modern condom that has been around since 1800. Now
we had to ask this question. This is the real question. Who was the one that was intelligent enough to said, "I'm not getting this bitch pregnant"?
It was a dude. He had like fucking, I don't know. He was this guy that had like multiple children, and it's like, well, every time we smash, she getting a kid, and the wife was pretty much like, we
can't do it anymore.
We can't do this shit anymore.
You're gonna kill me.
So he was the one that created the condom, yeah. But I don't know if it's the MRI machine or the X-ray machine. One of them was invented by an Armenian dude. I don't know which one. Anyway, that's just besides the point. So
I'll figure that out for you. Finally, that's funny.
Hell can be really, really, really big. What finally?
Cause Calvin, my buddy Calvin, had been telling me how like the past few, I don't know, a while now.
Can you imagine getting hit by one of those motherfuckers? Go back up. It's hail, bro.
Hail. Oh man. Bro. Yeah. When I see hail going off in certain cities, I'm like, damn, that sucks. Y'all better have good insurance.
Yeah.
But yeah, Calvin was telling me that like for a while now, the pods haven't been sending him YouTube hasn't been sending him a notification when we go live, and he just was like, "Hey, they sent me one finally."
Were we shadow banned?
I don't know, man. I don't know what it is, but
for what reason? What was the reason?
Entire houses can be moved on the back of a truck. Yeah,
I've seen this all the time. On a highway. It's Florida.
Yeah, I actually saw they imported next to Randy's mom's house. They brought that house over completely.
This is what a smoker's window looks like
versus a
compared with a
bro. That shit's crazy. You know, so my uncle, he's one of those people that will smoke inside of his house, or at least he used to. And man, we had the same white couch. At one point, we bought it at the same time and everything around the same time period. And I remember going to his house and be like, I thought this is the same couch, bro. It's just yellow. Especially the corner where he sits in, the wall in the back gets yellow. Like, dude, smoking inside just ruins the house so bad.
A lot of times when somebody smokes inside the house and they have to sell that house, they get like someone like your cousin come in and like spray special chemicals on walls just to remove the smells and all that shit.
Not only the smell, like the actual film that creates, you know, they get the yellow off. I've seen that when being a janitor myself, basically. I think social media knows that, and they give me every once in a while these people going into like hoarders' houses and cleaning stuff out, bro. It's disgusting.
That's a job and a half. Like that's a job and a half. Like straight up.
Oh yeah, because I've seen like, for example, doing windows and stuff like that, and going into some people's houses. I've seen what some of these hoarders' houses can look like, man, in person, and fuck, this is disgusting.
You know, like back in the day, OSHA didn't really fucking exist. These motherfuckers didn't have any harnesses, nothing. They would just like climb up on these metal things and just sit down and have lunch, just like off the edge of the building, just chilling, bro.
It's a nice view of the skyline.
Yeah, let's eat my sandwich as the winds blow.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I've seen some videos of these old steel workers. Like, dude, they just climb up these beams with no harness, no nothing.
You ever heard of
hanging on one arm, putting screws in and shit? Fucking crazy, man.
You ever heard of black and blue steak?
Black and blue steak.
Yeah, or Chicago style steak. So basically, what it was is steel mill workers would go to work and they would just bring a chunk of fucking steak with them, and then what they would do is the iron would come out still red. They would slap that steak on top of it and then take it off, slap it again. It would just sear both ends, and that's how they eat it. That's literally, it's not rare. It's still
blue raw, is what they call it.
Blue raw, yes. Yeah, like this shit. Like, look at it. It's blue raw.
It's straight up raw on the outside. They just gave it a 30-second sear.
It's not even rare. You know what I mean?
No, that's not rare. That's raw, bro. That's still like chewy.
Yeah. And I would get people who would come into the restaurant like, "Can you make my steak black and blue?" I was like, "Bro, like I can tell the chef, but the grill doesn't get hot enough for me to make it black and blue. You know what I mean? Like that grill needs to get really, really hot.
Yes.
For you to sear it that way.
Yes.
You know?
It really does. You need a piping probably over 500
And
minimum.
yeah, and it has to be a flat surface. Like that flat surface has to be damn near fucking red for you to get that black and blue effect. You know, and someone that goes to a restaurant and asks for a black and blue steak, you're an idiot. You don't know what black and blue is.
You should not be doing that, bro. You should not be doing that, especially going to a restaurant and asking for that. Like, you don't know the quality of steak they're getting. It's gonna be chewy and
going to Applebee's asking for black and blue
yeah,
steak.
you're a fucking
what
idiot.
The fuck are you, like, what's wrong with you?
I bet even at Burns, if you were to go there, be like, I want mine blue raw, and be like, sir, are you sure?
Yeah, yeah.
Are you sure?
We'll make it, but are you sure?
Yeah.
All right, so what's the next thing? You guys had enough of that bullshit, or we can continue going?
Yeah, I
with
think
that?
we don't have to go through all 40.
Yeah, all right, we're good. So this
Belarus
article, all right, so this
prepares
is
for war. Lukashenko.
Lukashenko. Yeah, Belarus prepares for war. Lukashenko says. So I wish you guys understood Russian, right? I wish you understood Russian,
You know, I've been
and
trying.
try to listen to this guy. The shit that comes out of this guy's mouth, not just stupid, it makes no sense. Like literally makes no sense. There are so many memes out there of him talking and just saying random stuff. So basically imagine a complete redneck from Louisiana that don't even speak English, right? Like they speak that Creole Louisiana, goes and becomes becomes a president.
Yeah.
That grew up just collecting crawfish, doesn't know what the basic education is, and becomes a president. That's who Lukashenko is. And he's like basically Putin's puppet, right? So he's saying we're preparing for war. What does that mean? So here's the problem. Abkhazia and Ossetia, when Putin went there and took them, right, these regions, right? No one kind of said anything because Abkhazia and Ossetia didn't really have anything necessary for the rest of the world. Now he attacked Ukraine. So for the rest of the civilized world, cannot allow him to take Ukraine. Because why? The minute he takes Ukraine, Moldova is right there. Because that becomes his territory now, right? So now for him to protect his territory, because that's why he went to Ukraine, so Ukraine doesn't join NATO. So he's going to need to have some sort of other buffer country in between. Moldova is there, Baltic regions are there, Baltic states are there. So
did you see Craig Jones in Ukraine? That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
That's insane.
He's like shooting RPGs and shit. You see that?
Yeah, so the point here is, with this guy saying it, he's basically saying I'm aligned with Putin and I'm ready to go to war.
Well, you said it. He's just puppet, man.
Yeah, and I'm ready to go to war. Basically, what he's saying, like, there's a subliminal message there. Basically saying Putin is winning and we're going to continue. This is a subliminal message, right? Which I thought is a fucking terrible thing to say. Hence his fucking education level. A president of another country says, I'm gearing up for war. Like, what are you saying, bro? Like, just think about it for a minute. Like, think about the implications of this shit, right? So, anyway.
He's already been in this shit show ever since, forgot. The guy that got killed off tried to take over Russia.
Yeah, he got polonium poisoning. Litvinenko, I think.
No, I'm talking about
Prigozhin.
Yeah, when that was going on and he went back into the city, they had already like set up defenses and had already looked for alliances within other countries.
Yeah.
Because Lukashenko, he's Belarusian, yes.
Yeah.
And then you also had who was the other guy from the other country that was also allies with him.
So Hungary, they just had a whole fucking coup in Hungary. Trump goes meets fucking Hungarian president.
Chechnya,
yeah. But Chechnya was another story. That was long ago. Trump goes and meets Hungarian president. Suddenly, Hungary is having huge issues. Like, there's something going on. I don't know exactly what's going on here. The Russian collusion story, I never really wanted to believe, but the more I hear about this, the more news are coming out years after, the more it's gearing towards it. Now, do I think there is like 100% Russian collusion? Probably not. But is there a good solid 50% Russian collusion? Probably. You know what I mean? Because, like, you got to understand, Trump is one of those people that is not going to be anyone's puppet, but he will utilize people like, you wash my back, I wash your back type of deal. So, I don't know, man.
What else we
But
got?
that's what we got. So go to the Trump news since we're talking Trump. Yeah, Trump's first criminal trial just got a new witness, and she's a doozy. Former Trump aide Hope Hicks is expected to take the stand in Trump's hush money trial. Buckle up. So the $176 million that right now is on bond is for this hush money, right? Donald Trump's already started hush money trial, just added a new witness to the lineup, former Trump White House communications director Hope Hicks. Hicks had previously testified before a grand jury investigating Trump's 2020 election interference, and she will testify again, reported MSNBC on Monday. The trial, which is scheduled to begin, go lower. I don't want to read this. Yeah, we'll go back up a little bit more. A little bit more. Yeah, go right there.
That's where you were at.
I have learned that in the days following the Access Hollywood video, Cohen exchanged a series of calls, text messages, and emails with Keith Davidson, who was the Daniels' attorney, David Packer, and Dylan Howard of American Media Inc., the publisher or the National Enquirer. Trump and Hope Hicks, who was then press secretary of Trump's presidential campaign. So this is what she says basically. Trump is facing 34 felony charges in the case for allegedly falsifying business records within. So we knew that. So they're adding another witness to this pile. So we're just gonna have to sit and wait and see what's going on here, right?
You saw Sam Bankman-Fried got sentenced to 30 years, 25 or 30 years.
25, 30, 28 years, something.
I think
like
it was
that.
over 20. I think it was like 25, 30, something like that.
Mm-hmm. Good.
Valuetainment attains Don Lemon.
Yeah, no, that was an April's Fool joke. Don Lemon did not go to Valuetainment. That was an April's Fool joke. They put that out there. Don Lemon used to be someone, and then back in the day he was he's gay, but he was very against the woke narrative. But then as he continued to work with the liberal media, he slowly changed his opinion, and then they pretty much got canned. And then he had a interview with Musk, and Musk was going to onboard him to X as one of the people, just like what he did with what's his name, Tucker Carlson,
Chris Tucker, or
Tucker Carlson. Don Lemon comes out.
Chris Tucker.
Don Lemon comes out and starts fucking just like going at him, and Musk was like, "Okay, well this deal is off." You know what I mean? So, and then Patrick Bet-David put that post out there as an April's Fool's joke that but who did join the team is Chris Cuomo. Chris Cuomo joined, who used to be on CNN, I think. He joined on a Valuetainment on a panel, and because you have to understand the way Patrick Bet-David built his team, right? You have Patrick Bet-David, who is this insurance mogul billionaire. He can't really talk much about Red Pill. That's why he has Adam, the guy that sits, if you're looking at the screen, the guy that sits to the left of him. Then to the right of him sits Vinny, who is a big conspiracy theorist. Again, Patrick Bet-David cannot talk about conspiracy theories, so he has the guy that does that. And then the other guy's
pretty
Tom,
out of it, huh?
Yeah, he's fucking out there. Tom is the guy that talks about economy, numbers, so on and so forth. But what they all have in alignment. And Chris Cuomo was the person that was missing at the table, and that was somebody that's a Democrat, right? So Adam is pretty, the guy that's the red pill. He's pretty middle, right? Like he's very independent. He swings both ways, right? But he needed someone that's like a straight up Democrat to go back and forth to have the better conversation. And I think it's a pretty good fit, because Chris Cuomo is not afraid, doesn't keep his tongue behind his teeth, and he tells straight up to Patrick Bet-David, hey, listen, I don't agree with you, and these are the reasons I don't agree with you. And it kind of jives, I think it works. It opens up the debate, and I think it works for them, so whatever he's doing really well. Millions of subscribers at this point, like in very short time. Anyway,
did you see the Liberty Media Group purchase, which is the group that owns Formula One, right? They also purchased MotoGP.
Yeah, they did.
I think it was, and apparently they paid way too much for it. They paid $4 billion for MotoGP, something like that. I'm interested in how that's gonna change, right? Because Formula One has apparently, from what I was looking into.
You see Hamilton on that MotoGP bike, bro?
Oh yeah,
He crushed that circle,
but
bro.
you want to
He's
know something?
legit.
They did a swap. I forgot
Yeah.
the guy's name, but the guy who he drove the bike drove the Formula One car
Yeah.
too, and he did fucking awesome in
Yeah.
the Formula One car. Yeah, he did really
I
good.
bet, bro.
Yeah, those guys, man, it's like those guys are so talented when it comes to track knowledge and understanding speed and control of a
Yeah.
vehicle, whether it's a fucking bike or a car. Like they adapt, man, and
You see
apparently
that
he did.
MotoGP one where the motorcycle goes off and the guy like bucks the guy off and he just kind of hangs on to the side
Yeah,
of it and
I've
just
seen
kind of
that.
brings it to park
Yeah.
like safely. I watched that. I was like, holy shit.
But I'd like to see if this is going to see a boom in MotoGP because Formula One has, in the last 2 years, has
Blew
put
up.
an extreme amount of money into advertisement and media, and they've blown up like crazy.
And the world
not to
is-
say Formula One wasn't already very popular, but the last couple of years they've picked up an extreme fan base comparative to before, and I think we're gonna see something like that happen with MotoGP because these guys are gonna try and implement the same formula.
Yeah, cause see, I think what happened with Formula One that just shows you the globalization of the world, and number two, it shows you the immigrant power in the United States. Because Formula One was never big in the United States. 'Cause we all know NASCAR was the biggest one, right, as far as the racing goes.
Left.
Left. But the idea of a NASCAR was you going out there with your little camper in the middle of the field, like sitting on top of the
Getting
roof,
shit-faced
drinking, getting shit faced drunk, right? But a lot of people don't want to do that anymore. Like that whole like hanging out, getting fucking wasted, and talking out of the ass is not a fun thing to do anymore. Like, you know what I
Well,
mean?
it's always going to be there. Tailgating is always going to be a
It
big,
is.
big thing in America.
It is going to be a big thing in America. It is a fun time, but people don't get wrecked like they used to. You know what I mean? Like people are a little more worried about responsibilities and things like that now, you know? So I don't know. But I found this article pretty interesting. Not wanting to pollute the ocean, Larry Elson employs a man who follows his $160 million super yacht in a speedboat. This person's sole job is to retrieve the basketballs that go overboard while the eccentric centibillionaire, which is 100, right, unwinds by shooting hoops on his vessel's cord. Bruh, if you're worried about not polluting the fucking ocean, why do you have this yacht? Number one.
You're worrying about the basketballs going over when you're throwing who knows how much fossil fuels into the ocean.
Yeah, like what? Really? And then here's the thing, bro. To me, if you're worth about $100 million, $150 million, at this point you're flying private, and you also can rent a yacht at pretty much any time you want. Do you really need a fucking yacht? Like, think about it for a minute. Do
No,
you
but
really
he
need
got the
one?
money. He
I think
wants
there's
it.
a slight typo here. 155 billion.
Yeah, 155 billion. That's why it says centibillionaire. 155 billion, bro. Now, what I'm saying is, I'm not even going to a billion. I'm saying $150 million. You're flying private and you can rent a boat at any time. At $150 billion, $100 million, if you make 5%, that's $5 million a year.
See, Jay, if you don't think if you're a billionaire you would own a yacht, I would.
I don't know if I would.
I would own a yacht.
Why?
100%.
Definitely own a yacht.
Yeah.
Why?
dog.
But let's think about it. Why? You're a billionaire. You probably have the connections. All you have to do is
Why?
tell your assistant. Look, you don't even need to call him. You probably have an assistant sitting next to you. Be like, hey, I need a yacht in an hour. The assistant will get you the yacht in an hour. It's not like it's an issue.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I definitely get what you're saying. It's one of those things where it's like, why get a private jet when you can just rent a private jet?
Yeah,
type of
because
thing.
like I want to fly, no problem. Let's go to the airport.
But with that amount of money,
But it's like
In my
your-
head-
it's like it's your yacht. You can
Exactly.
customize it how
in
the
my
fuck
head,
you want.
I have that money. I'm gonna go into one of those badass websites or whatever. Not even a website. Those guys bring you into a fucking facility
Just go
and
to
have
one
you
of
build
the-
out
just
these
go to the
yachts.
one- Just go to
I
all the
would do
boat
it.
shows.
Yeah, I would dead ass do it. I would if I had billions, hundreds of billions of dollars, bro. I'm buying a yacht.
Now, see, I can see this being a business expense. Like, hey, I got an extra $160 million. I need to spend this year, otherwise I'm paying taxes on this. Get me a yacht. But we only have a week. I don't care. Get me a yacht. They get you a yacht. You know what I mean? I can see that happening. I can also see that if you have this yacht and you have it as a
I wanna-
charter for somebody to rent and you're just generating money off of that, like I would think that
I
would.
wonder
because-
how much. I'm sure when he doesn't use it, he'll put it up for
probably,
charter or whatever.
and that'll be the smart thing to do,
Right. But I wonder how much the guy gets paid to pick up the basketballs.
I'm sure it says somewhere in here, right?
I don't think so. I think that'd be funny as fuck to be like getting paid $100,000 a year just to drive around a boat and pick up basketballs.
And that boat is nice, bro. Look
Oh
at
no,
that
that boat costs
speedboat,
hundreds
bro.
of thousands of dollars more than likely.
Like that speedboat is legit.
Yeah, that's not a cheap boat.
I'd be going out there, be like, "Yo, girls, what's up?"
And bring
on
the
a little
girls,
boat
yeah.
trip. You know what I mean?
Hire someone to come with you to pick up the basketballs.
Yeah, while you chilling, you know. It is what it is, though.
That's a badass boat, man. To freaking just be driving around to pick up basketballs.
Yeah.
Like, legit badass boat. Look at this guy, man.
Just
chilling.
look, go back up, just go back up for a minute. Even his shoes don't got dirt on the bottom of it. Like, it doesn't get any more billionaire than that, bro.
Those are his yacht shoes, bro. Those are only for the yacht. You know.
Anyway,
This is
that's
crazy.
funny as
Yeah.
shit.
Let's move on.
All right, let's move on to the next article. See what
That's
we
a
got
big
there.
ass yacht, man.
Yeah,
How many feet is it?
288 feet.
Fuck. Look at that, man. Oh my
You
god.
got guest room double beds. It's a hotel.
Yep.
Marriott right there for you.
It's got a crew of 23 people.
That's a guest cabin.
It can sleep up to
Yeah.
18 guests. Yeah, damn, that's crazy. Dude, that's huge,
Cruise
man.
ship, dude.
Literally, I think I've seen cruise ships smaller than that.
Yeah, 82 rooms is mentioned.
Fuck, man.
Jesus fucking Christ. Holy shit.
All right, what's next?
What's next? Let's see what we got next. All right, go to that one.
I have something we can talk about.
Ew.
So
Bloody-
we always talk about jiu-jitsu a lot in this podcast. So
Well, we can skip this article because this is going to take time. So go ahead, talk about it.
what I was gonna say was a little bit of a guide. You know, me and Emily right now, she's trying to buy another gi and stuff. And for those who don't know, and you're looking to buy another gi, I have some, pointers here for you. So make sure a lot of places will give you, like, if you go and look up gi size chart, it'll give it to you on Google, right? But every single brand has their own size chart. Make sure you're looking at that, right? Another thing is materials. Like, for example, like we were talking about the other day, ripstop versus full cotton, right? So ripstop refers to actually the type of weave that they do. Basically, you see a lot of ripstop pants will have those tiny little
It
squares.
feels like polyester, but it's cotton.
It's actually a 50-50. Ripstop is usually done with 50 cotton, 50 I think nylon or polyester, like you're saying. But basically, from what I've seen, the ripstop pants are really popular. You don't really see jackets that come ripstop. Like, apparently you can get them. Apparently there are some, but make sure to look out for that, guys, always. And, don't necessarily have to buy the most expensive gi,
No,
especially if
don't.
you're getting
As a
started.
matter of fact, don't even buy it at the most expensive. gi.
From what
It's
I
not
was
worth
looking
it.
at, like, for example, BJJHQ right now has an inverted gear gi for like $100. Like, that's really all you need. Or if you're one of those people that have a more of a normal body type, like, buy the $70 sample.
Yeah, do that.
Like, if you're getting started off, I don't see why you need a really expensive gi, especially when they're all pretty freaking durable. Like, the only time I've seen a gi like maybe rip or whatever is your pants that
My
you have,
pants.
but you've had those for how long?
Shit, 2-3 years now.
Exactly, and training every day, sometimes
day
6
now.
times a week.
Every day now.
Don't worry about that, guys. And then also, you can always look at all of the different kinds of weaves, like single weave, pearl weave, and all this platinum shit. Don't really worry about that when you're getting started off. If you want to go down the rabbit hole and spend $300 on a gi,
And
look at
guess what?
Origin or whatever.
You can go down the rabbit hole and pick your fucking weave and pick your GSM and pick all this and that. Gear arrives, you put it on. It's like, well, fuck, this feels like shit. My $70 Sandoval feels better.
Right.
So just get the gi and get used to it.
Or you
That's
arrived all pimped out and shit, and you still get choked because you fucking suck.
Yeah, don't think your $950 GSM $300 gi is gonna make you any better.
Yeah, it's like putting stickers on a Civic that say skunk. It doesn't make your car 20 horsepower faster just because you put the sticker on there.
or the like RGB lights on the computer.
Yeah,
Doesn't
yeah,
make it any
make
better.
it any better.
Yeah.
The color red adds 5 horsepower.
Yeah. Right? That's what they always said. But yeah, if you're looking to buy a gi, guys, like, you don't have to go all out,
So this article that we have up, it's this blonde chick. She was an OnlyFans model, super popular, making hella money. She had an African American boyfriend. She ends up like getting in a fight with a boyfriend, ends up stabbing him.
Oh shit.
Gets caught. But
Can we see this body cam footage real quick?
yeah,
Hold
she's asking for where's my boyfriend after she stabbed him.
on.
Right? So she's
now
been
you
on
worried.
trial now. Now I don't know if they sentenced her or not.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
She looked crazy.
Yeah, there are videos of her punching the guy, blah, blah, blah. I just don't see media making a big deal out of a woman fucking battering a man. But God forbid, a woman says he battered me. Like,
Get up right now. Baby, wake up,
She's like coddling the guy. Is that
Bro,
what she's doing?
she stabbed the guy like 20 some times all over.
Oh my god. Titties out, getting
It
arrested.
wasn't
full of
me.
blood.
That's what you mean it wasn't me.
Damn, this is crazy, dog. Did the guy
All
survive?
right, shut it up.
Did the guy survive?
No, he passed.
Damn, that sucks.
Yeah,
Crazy
he
bitch.
passed. It's just media doesn't make a big fucking deal about these things. These things also happen to men. Like, why don't we make a fucking bigger deal about this?
I don't know. I think they're making a big deal about it. Of course, like the New York Post is talking about it.
Well, they had to, right? Because it was an interracial thing.
Oh, he was black?
He was black. So,
Do you think that's why they had to make a big thing about it? 'Cause
well, they
it's
made
interracial?
a
I
big
don't
thing
know.
about it for a little bit, and then it just.
I think the big
died
thing is
off.
just some crazy lady stabbing her boyfriend. I think that's the thing. To
Anyway,
make a big
so
thing
that's
about.
that's why I said this article is not that crazy, but some more stuff surfacing about that. If you're following the case, guys, go ahead and read that. This might help you. Yeah, see, here's the couple. But anyway, so
I have some deals for some people. You know, we have a podcast here. We never talk about podcasting really. So if you're looking to get into podcasting right now, Rode has the Rodecaster, which is something I was looking at for a long time. It's currently 10% off. So if you're looking for a deal on that, which is a really good piece of equipment for starting off for anything, you know, sound related, that thing is awesome. It's just badass. It's probably one of the like top tier things that you can get that's not going to involve a crazy amount of like learning curve, you know, because you could get into some crazy shit, but you got to know how to use it. Also, they've got the Elgato has the Wave XLR. It's basically kind of like the Rode we have over there. Very small XLR. If you're looking to get into a good mic, that's a really, really, really good preamp.
and they're what, like about $100?
It usually is around $150. I think they're on sale. I have it here for it's 20% off currently.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty good deal on
It's on about $120 now.
a really, really good piece of equipment. You know, if you're trying to run a mic like this or any kind of XLR mic, that thing is extremely powerful. It'll run almost any mic with no problem.
Elgato is a pretty good company.
Yeah, I mean that's what we use.
Yeah.
Elgato is really just Corsair's streaming section. You know, so it's a company that's been making technology since the 90s. You know, and they just kind of came out and said, look, we're going to make this streaming line, which is all the Elgato stuff. They have mics. Our capture card is Elgato that we use for the cameras. It's a really, really good brand. And like I said, if you're trying to get into maybe upgrading your mic on your setup or starting a podcast just for maybe you or one other person, the Elgato Wave XLR is a really good option. Great quality.
So North Korea breaks blockchain, Bitcoin in chaos. So basically North Korea came out, I don't know how much I trust this. They came out and said, oh, we've been working on this quantum computer that can break the blockchain and steal a bunch of shit. Bunch of Bitcoin. So I think they're just throwing a wrench. I think Kim Jong-un,
You're just talking shit.
he's just talking shit because he's the smartest man in the world and fastest man in the world. So I think he's just a fucking idiot.
It's crazy to hear how, like, you know, the way that they basically use propaganda in North Korea for this guy, like basically make him into a god. He doesn't.
Yeah,
shit.
but that was a
you know the whole thing. Remember that thing?
But that was the April 1st joke.
That was April Fool's.
Yeah.
So, do you remember when they said like, have you heard that? Like he doesn't poop. He
Yeah,
doesn't
no.
shit.
Oh yeah, okay.
He's a god. You know,
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
like this guy that's
He's a fucking
different,
idiot,
you know,
bro.
like, and that's the way they basically advertise this man to the country. It's insane.
This is a April Fool's story, by the way.
Yeah, that's what he just said. April Fool's. Okay.
Yeah. So go to that very first article. I want to get your take on this, guys. On the very first one, yeah. That one, yeah. So stand where he tells you to stand. Why the GOP is doubling down on misogyny in 2024. You guys know what's misogyny? Like the word itself.
Give us the definition.
It's a hate or contempt towards women.
Okay.
So go down. So the whole thing came up when this pastor, it's a very, very conservative pastor, came out and basically said, go down a little bit more, I think just explains a little bit more further. Yeah, right here. Claiming that the bride has been planning this day her whole life, and so the groom should indulge her, stand where she tells you to stand, wear what she tells you to wear, and do what she tells you to do. You'll make her happiest woman in the world. But then this guy comes in and says, well, why don't we flip it and say, stand where he tells you to stand, wear what he tells you to wear, and you'll make him the happiest man in the world on the day he's getting married. Internet went fucking crazy, called him misogynist, this and that, blah blah blah. Now, fine, fine, but why don't we like? Because that's usually the situation. Girls get ready for a long time for this wedding, and they kind of tell you to do this and to do that,
Yeah.
and it's customary, right? Like,
Yeah.
why don't we call
we're
that?
okay with that?
But why we don't call that misandrist? Misandry is the opposite, which is
Right.
hate or contempt towards men.
Men.
Why don't we just call that misandrist, but we're calling this misogynist? So, if anything, I think it's a little biased. You know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna call one misogynist, call the other one misandrist.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
agree.
And how many times does this happen where the guy tells her what to wear, the guy tells her what to do on a wedding day? You know,
That's not good.
And I don't know, how is this misogynist? How is this hating women? I think the word gets thrown around way too much.
Right.
You know, but anyway, that's that.
Yeah, this is pretty stupid in the sense
It
where
is
like
very stupid.
you're
Yeah.
like, why one but not the other, right? It's
Yeah,
just as
it
simple
makes
as
no
that.
sense. Makes absolutely no sense.
Yeah.
Completely traumatized. Angie Harmon says Instacart driver shot and killed her dog.
Oof.
So what would you do? Okay, so if you
Give me
ever
the story,
considered
yeah.
delivering food
I have done
and
it
you
before.
deliver food and the dog runs out and starts barking and tries to bite you, and you have your protection
Firearm.
with you,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Um, I'm in a weird situation with that where I would probably try and diffuse the situation otherwise before that, because I'm in a very as a man that feels like I can handle himself. I'm in an understanding where I don't think this dog's necessarily gonna kill me. You know what I mean?
It's a big blue mastiff.
Okay, now we're talking different. You're talking about something that's larger than a fucking wolf coming
Yeah.
at me.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's getting a cap in it. Yeah.
But is this like newsworthy?
No, I don't know if it's necessarily.
And it's on
probably,
USA Today, bro.
It's probably local newsworthy.
Yeah.
On USA Today.
It's
Like
probably,
I'm saying, local newsworthy.
it's probably like neighborhood worthy.
Yeah, I might
That's
get
on
this
the
on my Ring
neighborhood.
app.
Did
The
you hear what
neighborhood gazette
happened?
that you get once a week that kids throw on your driveway.
Did you hear
know?
what happened to Angie around the corner?
Yeah.
That was crazy last week.
So-
That dude shot her dog. That's
Let's
what
see
kinda
her
what the
post. I
news
want to read her
makes.
post. This Easter weekend, a man delivering groceries. Sorry, I'm very sorry. Excuse me. This man delivering groceries for Instacart shot and killed our precious Oliver. He got out of his car, delivered the food, and then shot our dog. Our Ring camera was charging in the house, which he saw.
Yeah.
Which he saw, and then knew he wasn't being recorded. All right, that's a little stretch.
Yep.
The police let him go because he claimed self-defense. He did not have a scratch or bite on him, nor were his pants torn. He was shopping under a woman's identity named
What does that got to do with anything?
Meryl.
What does
the
that got to do
pic-
with anything?
The pic is on my story. He shot our dog with my daughters and myself at home and just kept saying, "Yeah, I shot your dog. Yeah, I did." We are completely traumatized and beyond devastated at the loss of our beloved boy and family member, R.I.P. Ollie. So the fact that this thing is like he's saying that he knew that the doorbell was charging. I don't know how that would happen. That he exactly knew that it was charging and that he wasn't being recorded. That's a weird accusation.
Yeah, exactly.
Not to say it's impossible. Not to say it's impossible. But it's a weird accusation. It's a weird accusation, that's for sure. I would like to see what this guy said happened.
How about lady? Why don't you? Because people don't just go around shooting dogs.
Yeah.
I don't think that's just something. You know what? I'm gonna start doing some Instacart deliveries. By the way, I have this bucket list item. You know what I mean?
I want to shoot a dog.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna do that today. You know, like just doesn't happen. You know what I mean? It
have
just
this
doesn't
bucket
happen
list
like
item.
that. You know, it doesn't work that way. Are there crazy people out there? Yeah, but
I will say that I have seen videos of some crazy interactions where people unnecessarily will threaten to shoot dogs. You know, like,
Yeah.
you better fucking hold your dog or I'll put a cat.
but they threaten, correct?
Yeah. And I definitely think that even the threat is kind of out of pocket. It's like, dude,
Yeah.
calm the fuck down. You
Yeah.
know, like
No, I
I
agree
have the
with
dog
that.
on a leash.
But
or
no one
whatever.
gets shot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the bottom line, right? Like people talk a lot of smack all the time, but anyway. So talking about the Easter, so March 31st was the Easter, and the way it works, I think it's the first Sunday after a full moon, spring full moon. That's how Easter is decided, right? There's no specific day for Easter. It changes.
I was listening to what's his name talk about this. Scientist, Black, really hilarious. He's one of the best. We love him. What's his name?
Chris
Mustache?
Rock,
No, he's a
Eddie
scientist.
Murphy.
No, scientist.
Oh, scientist. Bill Nye the Science Guy.
No, he's black.
Uh,
What's his name? Got the mustache, bro. He's hilarious.
Oh, I know.
We love watching this guy. Fuck, what's his name? What's the black guy's name? You know who I'm talking about? Black guy, mustache, scientist. I think he's an astro.
deGrasse.
Neil deGrasse Tyson. There you go. He was talking, explaining that, like the question of why Easter isn't on
Yeah,
the same
Ozzy,
day.
I'm representing UFC Jim Largo. You
Mhm.
know it.
I'm gonna get another one of those plates made. Oh, well, we're mad that you don't come to jiu-jitsu and then you'll get one.
Yeah, we got some people joining after. Don't get in part of this. So let me just kind of give you an idea. Easter is the biggest Christian holiday, and then it's Christmas, right?
Right.
Now, the way Easter Day is decided is first Sunday after the full moon, spring full moon. Now, what if I told you March 31st was indicated as Trans Recognition Day since 2009 and it's been celebrated since 2009? Does that change your opinion about it?
So
Or
if
what do you feel
we're
about
talking about how the White House declared Trans Visibility Day on
Well,
the same
no.
day as
This is
Easter?
what happened. White House came out and said Happy Easter to all. Later, they came out and put that because. Well, we'll talk about it. Continue.
What I was gonna say was, I think this is really crazy. The argument behind it.
Yes.
Oh, it's the biggest Christian holiday, isn't that? But at the end of the day, why should the government have to recognize all these different things? Like, it's like I was giving this comparison to Emily. What if they would have, like, the Ramadan is going on, right? Or is it ended already? No, it's still going, right?
It's ending
It's
soon.
ending soon. I didn't see the Muslims come out and say why they did theirs during Ramadan and all these things. I understand. The U.S. is predominantly Christian, but I think it's one of those things where it's like, man, enjoy your holiday. Why you like mind your? It's like, to me, it's mind your own fucking business. Enjoy your holiday and do what you want to do. Let other people do what they want to do, kind of thing.
Cool.
I don't know. I think that at the same time, if they wanted, I think it's one of those things where it's like they knew there was going to be conflict, but the conflict is almost without reason. I feel it's without reason. They could have just did it on Monday and helped, and I would have probably did a little better. But at the end of the day, I think that the people arguing, I can't believe the White House did this, and Trump's issuing that letter and requesting an apology from the White House. It's a little fucking far stretch. I think it's to me it's bullshit. Like, bro, just enjoy your holiday.
Let me give you another option here. The other option is, who do you think conservatives are going to vote for?
Conservatives?
Yes.
They're voting for Donald Trump.
Which is most of the religious conservatives are voting for Donald Trump, right?
That's where this is going.
So what do you think what do you think the White House says? Well, they're already voting for them. We need our voter bloc. So we need to get people that are aligned with LGBTQ, and this is what we need to put out. That's why I think the mistake was when they put the first Happy Easter, and somebody on a PR team was like, hey, what the fuck are you doing? This is going to piss off our voting bloc, that this is a holiday since 2009, and the voting bloc celebrates this holiday. People that are going to vote for us, they might not like what you just put out. You need to go out there and put out another one recognizing this other holiday. I think this was a completely political PR stunt, completely. I don't think they give a shit who they're pissing off, or they give a shit about the trans community to begin with. I think it's just a PR stunt, straight up, to entice the voter bloc, saying, we are thinking about you, come vote for us.
Yeah.
I think that's literally what it was, and I think it was a terrible way to go about it. If anything, they just alienated Christians that might have voted for them.
They directly created another argument.
They did. They did directly create another argument. And another thing is, go ahead, can you pull up LGBTQ holidays in the United States, the list.
Important
Click on
dates. So you've got July 16th, International Drag Day.
Those are the dates in
so
the year.
February 20th to the 26th, Aromantic Spectrum Awareness
Aromatic
Week.
Spectrum Awareness Day, Bisexual Health Awareness Month, Zero Discrimination Day, International Transgender Day of Visibility, which was what we're talking about, Asexuality Day, Day of Science, Day of Silence,
So
so on and so on.
You're saying that March 31st has been the international
since
day
2009.
And so it's like we're in. I like how you made that comparison to, this is on a fixed date
It says on a fixed date, correct?
versus
And
Easter is not.
Easter is not.
Yes.
But Easter, it is the largest holiday for all the Christians. Last I checked, Christian bloc is the biggest bloc in United States.
Yes.
So, with that being said, I don't think they approached this problem correctly. And I this was a blatant, straight up, we don't give a fuck about you. We know you're not voting for us. And we don't give a shit about what you think. But I know these people are voting for us. We don't give a shit about them either. We just want their votes. So we're just going to put that out there. Because if they really cared, they would have came out and said Happy Easter. And to those this, on this date, Happy International on this day or that day. Right? But they didn't do that. Someone caught it in the PR and said, bruh, like, what are you doing?
Well,
You're saying Happy
that's
Easter.
What you think happened. That's what you think happened.
The time frame, there was a time gap in between. So I think this is what happened.
Right. This is what you think happened.
This wasn't.
I think that if they were trying to create controversy, they hit the head on the nail, man.
They did, because what this is going to do, this is going to create this could possibly create another George Floyd type of situation.
Why do you say
with
that?
Riots and things like that.
I don't think so. I don't think it's going to go that far. I think there's so much controversy going around this specific topic regardless. I don't see that happening.
It takes is one Christian radical lashing out on somebody because of this. Like, that sent them over the edge. You know what I mean? And they lash out and they create a situation where they end up killing a transgender person or somebody from LGBTQ. And now you're going to create this scenario again.
What do you think about all these Christians saying basically they shouldn't have done this?
It's been between a wall and a rock, in a rock and a hard place, right? It's a very
But do you feel they have the do you feel they have an argument? I don't.
Do they have an argument? If it's their core belief, right? According to the Bible, to them, the transgenderism, LGBTQ, all that is against the Bible, right? So they truly believe that these people are doing something wrong.
Right.
See what I mean? So it's.
But let me get that in that. But think about it in a government, political, society sense. Like not how can I say? Think of it in the way of like what really matters.
I don't know what would be the best thing to do, but I do know that this was a political stunt and it was a poorly executed political stunt. This is what I know, and I think
this is what you believe. Know is one thing, believe is another.
Yeah.
That's what you believe.
Yeah, I believe that it was a poorly executed political stunt. I think they might have gone a bit. I personally would not know what to do. It's a very unique situation. But to me, it's clear that the voting bloc that's going to aid them is the voting bloc that is more sensitive to LGBTQ questions. So I think this was. And another thing is, if they did have some Christians on their side, this could alienate that little percentage of people as well. So it's a very hard place for them to be in. I don't know what would have been the right thing to do. So, oh yeah, so this is the Epstein Island thing. 200 Epstein Island visitors can now be tracked after a cell phone data breach, right? A new investigation from Wired has uncovered the cell records of having traveled. Go back up a little bit, Mickey. Cell data of about 200 phones on record as having traveled to Little St. James, the private island once owned by
disgraced billionaire and sex trafficker Jeffrey
Epstein. So there you have it, folks. We do get some data. It's just, to me, that's crazy why somebody has to discover this data, and why is this data not provided? Why are people not getting slammed for this? This article I found interesting, right? What we know about the company that backed Trump $175 million bond. Number one, we need to start with one thing. There are only 7 companies in the United States that can do this, right? Somehow they're throwing shade that this company somehow is connected to Trump, this and that. Now, this company would not have backed him if they didn't know that they can get the money back, or they don't have some sort of a.
They have to have some kind of guarantee,
some sort of guarantee, collateral, or some sort of an IOU, right? Bottom line is, so. Here's the problem: no billionaire just has $175 million laying around.
They might.
just laying around? No. Because if they have that money and they bring it in, the question is going to be, where do you have this from? Because we don't like pillow money, right? Where's this money from? Did you pay taxes on this? So no billionaire really does that, because they're going to be liable for taxes and a bunch of other cans of worms opens up, right? So he needs to have some sort of collateral to get this type of money. Who can give this type of money? Because this is actual cash money, $175 million that is on bond that cannot be touched. This is actual money that exists. It's not just some fictitious money. It's not just stocks and bonds. It's an actual cash, right?
Where the fuck do the bond limits, like, how the fuck does that get set?
Right.
The bond limits are set by the judge.
Yeah.
So judge would say
Based
these
on
are the
what?
based on whatever judge thinks is correct. So this bond limit was at $450 some million, and then the judge that was supposed to preside over it as they appealed, they're like, "What the fuck are you guys doing? This cannot be this large. We need to drop this."
So
Right?
Alex was saying that Biden actually posted the trans visibility before the Easter post.
Well, either way,
So that there goes.
there was
your-
a time in between.
yeah.
Yeah. So either way, it's a tough situation. I don't know what Alex is
So
trying
it's probably
to say.
backwards. It's probably that your theory might work backwards in
what
the sense where they probably came out with the trans visibility in the time in between, got hit with all the hate, and then posted Easter. To
Well,
kind of backtrack. You know what I mean?
That's another thing. If it was posted before that,
Yeah.
that's
change it
even
up.
more. No, well, that's even more of a fuck you. We don't give a shit about what you think about us because we
Eh.
know you're not voting for us. So we're
But
not
at the
even
same
gonna
time,
care.
don't you think that's the backlash is probably why like later's out? I mean,
No, backlash was because they posted it on a day.
yeah, but then they went and did the Easter post after the trans.
Well, yeah, that's just even more of a fuck
No,
you.
I think that's an apology, if anything. Not an apology, but like a trying to say we still are with you guys too.
Yeah, but that's what I'm trying to
saying
say.
Happy Easter.
The transgender community in the United States is about 2% of the society of the United States population is transgender, versus what 60% that are Christian
Yeah.
in some way. So
So what we're I'm sorry, I know it kind of cut.
I
you
don't know.
off
So
with this.
basically,
So
CNN is throwing shade that this company somehow is connected to Trump, this and that, blah, 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 blah. Bottom line is someone has to post this bond. And someone will post this bond because there's going to be some sort of an IOU behind it. So at the end of the day, I don't understand CNN's angle. What are they trying to say? I don't know. I wanted to get your opinions, guys, on this.
I think that if they're giving him $175 million, not giving, I get it's borrowed, but that's definitely some connection, I'm sure they're looking at this from multiple angles, saying not only are we getting some kind of IOU, but we're gonna have Trump in our pocket in some kind of sense,
Mm-hmm. And we're gonna have Trump as a name.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like we're now gonna be kind of backed by him in a sense.
Yeah.
Where that's powerful. His name is powerful in that sense. Okay, I'm still thoroughly confused about this. Men are sharing women's habits and tendencies that only become obvious after moving in together.
So I thought this was interesting.
Similarly to cats, they naturally gravitate to the warmest parts of the house. It might be cozy chair, heated blanket, or the bed section I was just lying in. I'm honestly unsure if she loves me or just my excess heat. And honestly, I'm okay either way.
Yeah, so it has to do with the body temperature regulation, right? So we men regulate our body temperature a little bit better than women do, which I get it.
I mean, I've met a lot more women that say they run cold versus men,
Yeah.
The fact that they take showers with boiling water. I'll occasionally try to be a little spontaneous with my wife and sneak in the shower with her. First, I must locate the shower because I can't see a foot in front of me due to all the steam. When I finally step in, I must use her as a human shield until she turns the temperature down.
So
I've noticed this. A lot of girls take showers with boiling hot water.
I have a theory why it's like that. I do.
Tell me.
Because I think they like to feel like they're back home in hell. That's why they like to.
Ah, shit,
Oh,
Jay.
shit.
You're going to get hit with a lot of fuck yous off the
They never finish their drinks. I find 2 cups of half-drunken coffee scattered around the house multiple times a week until we run out of coffee cups.
Yeah, I've noticed that too. I'm one of those people that I usually like. To me, it's like part of the task of doing
Like finish your shit.
finish the
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Versus not the same way.
You ever
that
had this
Emily.
when you like drinking something and you didn't finish it? The next day you realize, oh motherfucker, I didn't. Could be like soda without a gas in it. I fucking down that
No,
shit.
I don't
Like,
down it.
I down that
I've
shit.
done that too.
I've
No.
down that shit, bro. It's
No.
like you gotta finish the cup, period.
She takes off her bra at the end of the day the same way I take off my belt, the belt off my jeans when I get home. It is with force of 1,000 suns and the sighs of relief.
Well, yeah, I'm sure it's not very comfortable.
Yes. Yes, women have a million black hair ties and also none.
That probably hits home for you, right? Because he's like, hey, baby, got a tie? No.
Yeah. Well, no, I've kind of learned now that women aren't as they're not as prepped as I usually am. Like I'm the kind of person that I have my hair tied up right now, and like let's say I'm going somewhere, in my fanny pack, I'll throw another hair tie.
Yeah.
You know, I kind of feel a little sus wearing it on my wrist all the time, especially if I'm dressed. Well, I want to be dressed a little bit nicer. Like if I have a nice watch on, I won't have a fucking hair tie on my other wrist.
That's funny. That's true.
The
Girls will do
squeezing
it.
and plucking of things like compulsive need to squeeze blackheads and tweeze rogue hairs. Sometimes she will be scratching my back or scalp, and I think, hey, this is wonderful. I wonder what I did to deserve this. And then out of nowhere, I've become the victim of 1,000 fire ants. Emily's grossed out by that kind of stuff, so I don't get that privilege. I wish I could be like, babe, I have this big pimple on my back that I can't reach, and she won't do it.
That a 5 foot tall, 100-pound woman can take up an entire king size bed. Yeah, sometimes they
I've noticed, at least with Emily, with the thing is she gravitates towards just like
the heat.
like we're talking about. So they just kind of push you over, and you slowly get less space in between them, and then you're kind of trying to move a little bit this way to get some more space, and then she moves again, and it's just back and forth.
My wife pulls on a toilet paper roll like if she's trying to start a lawnmower. I don't know. I've never really noticed.
Yo, that's so true.
Yeah?
That's so fucking true.
they
They're
do
so
that shit, like,
aggressive. They're so aggressive. They grab by the top and fucking whip that shit. Versus like me, I'm the kind of person I grab it and I even like put a finger or something next to the toilet roll
Yeah,
so
so
like
you
it comes out uniform and everything.
Yeah.
I'm also one of those people that I don't do the crumble. I fold.
Oh no! Who does the crumble?
Bro, a lot of people do the crumble.
What animal does the crumble?
Yeah, man, a lot of people do the crumble. Have you guys seen the video? They're talking about taking shits. Have you guys seen the video? The guy, he's on a podcast, like big, brolic black dude, and he's like, they're talking about shit. And somehow,
when he catches it,
he's somehow like, you never touch shit, and like, she's like, yeah, I mean, maybe a finger, like whatever, but like, she's like, he's like, if you take shits, you have to like touch shit all the time, and she's like, what? And she's like, and he basically explains that he like folds up the tissue paper and like lets the shit fall in his hand on the paper and then into the toilet. And he's like,
why?
you guys just shit directly into the toilet? And she's like, and so she's like, I'm kind of like, I don't even know if I can continue right now. I'm kind of disgusted. Like, dude, are you serious? The guy like shits into the
Can you imagine?
paper. I assumed it was a little bit of a pub stunt with that, you know, him talking like that, but it was pretty funny.
Hey, can you imagine if that be true and you walk in that studio, you shake his hand, and then he tells you that?
We're having some problems.
Yeah.
We might have some problems.
The first time I moved in with a partner, I certainly wasn't prepared for the transformation my bathroom counter was about to go through. Yeah, shit everywhere.
I don't know what it is too, man. Like ever since Lynette's moved out, I've been kind of meticulous about how like where the stuff is
It
on my
looks so
counter.
fucking good now, bro. Like there's nothing on there. It's so pleasing.
The only
bro.
thing I have on the counter that's my stuff is in the corner, which is like my toothbrush
Yeah.
and stuff. That's
Look,
it.
you got their own little.
Yeah, that's it. 10. They plan things way more than I do and much further out. I think this is bullshit with my girl.
Nah, that's bullshit. 100%.
This is bullshit, at least with my girl. I can see this definitely with some other men. I know some men in my life who have wives that are like this, but shit, my girl ain't like this. I'm like, not to say that she doesn't plan, like I do it better than she does, but comparative to other women, she's not doesn't meet that level of readiness.
Hair washing is something that needs planning for and has consequences if missed or overdone.
I find this one such bullshit. Personally, I have long hair now. I personally think it's bullshit. My fingers rip right through the paper every goddamn time.
Yeah, because you
Honestly,
don't
stop
got
wiping. Stop wiping so hard.
Yeah,
use some more paper. And
bro,
stop
you
wiping.
got chorizos. You don't have fingers. Your fingers so big, bro. No paper can withstand that shit. Literally. So go back to that again. Let's finish up that thing. And then go down. If you buy snacks for yourself, hide and shit, she'll find it.
Hide that shit.
Yeah, I could
Said
never
hide and shit. I'm like, what?
No,
Couldn't read the slang. Hide that shit, bro.
I could never understand this. Like, you'll get something like, "Can I have a taste?" No, It's my shit. Why do you want to taste of my shit?
Damn, Jay, sharing is caring.
No. Sorry. Let me track back. Especially when I'm like, hey, going to the gas station. I'm gonna get some things. Do you want anything? Oh no, nothing. And then you'll bring something back. Oh, can I have some? No.
Yes, I get that one.
No.
That one pisses me off.
I ask you if you want something. You said no. Or I'll get going to Five Guys. You get fries. Do you want fries? Specific question. Do you want fries? No, I don't want it. Come back to you with fries. You know, can I have some of your? No. but
hey, come on, Five Guys at least gives you a shit ton of fries.
It don't matter. It's the principle. It's the principle because I specifically asked you if you want your own fries.
All the time this happens. We'll go to a gas station. Babe, do you want anything? Okay, I'm gonna go inside to get a drink. I'll come out with like a vitamin water or something. I take a sip, put it down, and the moment I put it in that cup holder, she's like, like, bro, why didn't you just fucking ask me for one?
Yeah, but I just want to taste. I don't want the whole thing. Such a cop out, bro.
It's
I just want to taste. I don't want the whole thing. Well, then if you want just a taste, what's the point of drinking it at all? It's like, well, you know what? I want a taste of chowfa. That's about it. That's all I want. It's just a taste.
No.
Yeah, no. I want the whole fucking thing. Yeah. Makeup is the whole thing. I never saw my mom put it on as a little kid when I lived with my significant other. Watching her put on makeup fascinated me. I lost track of time when she went full on with her. I never fucking.
Yeah, my mom's always used makeup since I can remember. My mom is and living in a house with an older sister.
That right there, I always, like, hey, this is the time. Be ready.
They are never cold or hungry. Sometimes both. Never either.
Yeah, that's true. Their hair gets everywhere. Yep. One time my toe. Yep, that's true.
What does it say? One time my toe
was hurting, so I removed my shoe and sock and noticed that the strand of my girlfriend's hair had wrapped itself tightly around my toe and cut off the circulation.
I hate shit. You ever have them in, because you have a mom and you have a girl in your house, you too, Mickey. You ever find them in your underwear and it gets wrapped around your shit?
Yes.
I hate that so much. That
you know what's
so annoying.
You know what's the craziest where I found a hair? The GMT was off a little bit. Like this. I put it back and I saw a hair just pop out, and then I went, how the fuck did that get in there?
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's a hard place for the fucking hair to wrap itself around.
How tricky is it to find a well-fitting bra, and how darn expensive they are? Yeah, I agree with this.
How expensive they are is insane.
It's insane, and none of them are fucking comfortable. Like, I wish I could, like, figure out a way how to make a comfortable bra. Be millionaire overnight, bro.
Every time I think of this bra problem, the first thing that comes to my head is like, just stop wearing bras, and then you're like, nah. These 80-year-old women walk around with
them African titties.
Grandfather clock titties, just swinging.
Cleaning the knees. You know?
Like, it's funny, the other day, my mom says to my sister, "You're not wearing a bra right now?" And my sister's like, "No." And she's like, "Oh, I can see it." And I was like, "Mom, leave her alone. She's young and pretty. Leave her alone."
Go back up.
She could do this for now.
How tricky is it to find
pillows? Oh my God, pillows.
Yeah.
Yo, this is one that I have a massive problem with, and it's the decorative pillows, bro. Like all these square and fucking circular pillows all over your bed for what? So it's like the moment you get home, you got to spend 10 minutes preparing your bed to get back into it. Even though you spent 10 minutes setting it up in this way. And I fucking hate that. And I was telling Emily the other day, when we have a house, we have 2 pillows on our bed. And she's like, "Oh, that's not happening." And I said, "Oh, that's not happening. You put any pillows on that bed that don't go there. Them. And no, I'm just going to throw them on the floor around the room anytime I get on my bed. Simple as that. Simple. I'm just going to fucking, like a drunk person at a bar. Boom! Going off that bed.
So my thing is the couch, like having pillows on the couch, man, that shit take up space. Like
I don't even know why we have this shit here.
Yeah, that's the whole point. Like that shit take up space. You know, once in a while, yeah, I'll grab a pillow, you know, put it on my arm, whatever. But like it takes up space. You have to move the bitch out of the way just to sit down. You know, it make no sense.
I hate fucking excessive pillows, man. That's one of my biggest things.
Go down.
What else we got? How much time women spend in the bathroom every night before sleeping? Yes, that's another thing. That is straight up another thing. It's like, dude, just get home, wash your hands, take a shower, and get the fucking bed.
Yeah, put like, this cream on, this mask on, this,
creams.
That
I gotta take the makeup off. I gotta brush and put up my hair. Fuck, man. Bro, I wake up with my hair in a fucking mop every day and then just knot it up because I don't give a fuck about that shit. Like right now, I'm just gonna go to bed and just whoop. Just go to bed. Like they're tying it up in the specific way so it doesn't get all naughty and shit.
A cute little thing I noticed after we were married is that my wife holds her breath when she applies mascara.
That's pretty funny.
A trip to the grocery store can turn into a full day of recognizing the entire pantry and refrigerator. Reorganizing. Yeah. And finally,
Damn,
common
there's a lot of
areas
these. We're only halfway
which
through. Holy
guests
shit.
can
Let's do a
see
few
must
more,
be
Jay.
spotless.
Huh?
No, this is done.
Oh, this is
And
okay.
finally,
I saw that
common
the
areas
scroll
which
thing was halfway, and I was like, oh shit.
and finally, common areas which guests can see must be spotless. Their personal space that cannot be seen by guests, absolutely disaster zone. Fact. And another thing I found about girls, like I've noticed some of the girls that I've dated, their houses would be spotless, but their car would be a fucking mess. It had everything and anything you could possibly want in the car, from all the way from
I'm
shoes
happy.
to clothes.
I'm
to
happy
fucking
Emily's
food.
not like that. I've noticed. I think this is a trend. I'm not sure. Maybe I'd be wrong. I think that's a lot of white women.
Yeah.
I haven't noticed
Yeah,
that
white
trend in
girls do that.
Hispanics very often.
No.
My sister's not like that.
The only thing
girls
that
in
I'll
her-
notice
in
is
her
like the
family are
dust in a
mostly
car,
that.
like on the dashboard.
Well, yeah, 'cause
But
they
that's
don't
just
get
a
they
matter of
cleaned often
yeah,
enough, but
just
not necessarily like trash
yeah,
everywhere.
yeah, yeah. But that's just a matter of like I've come to terms that like if my girl has a car, I'm responsible for fucking cleaning it. And matter of fact, my brother and I the other day decided, listen, we're gonna get a car washing service. It's gonna come in and clean the car. Especially your wife gets dog always in that truck. We need to fucking clean that car.
Yeah.
So bottom line. So yeah, guys, 130 in the books. Again, guys, just a couple of more announcements at the end. Like, subscribe, all that good jazz. I'm not sure what Alex wants to debate about. I don't have anything to debate about. But
Debate
UFC
about the election, I'm assuming.
I'm not.
but...
I don't give a shit about.
Yeah,
that.
I don't think
I
we
honestly
care
give a
enough.
fuck about election. Yeah, to debate about it.
And Ozzy, you need to start using more paper, my guy. Like, you need to learn the balance of enough paper that's not, you can clean your ass and your fingers don't fucking break through. Because not to say, we've all had that
That
happen,
man.
where you might use a little, not enough paper one time, you go to wipe and that middle finger goes, tuck.
Bro,
You're like, oh shit, it just broke.
that
But-
man been a mechanic all his life. He had to manhandle some tools. His fingers are so strong.
No sense there.
He needs probably like this reusable square metal like inserts that he would wrap the paper around so it doesn't poke through. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, there's a balance, Ozzy. Enough paper, but not too much that you're gonna clog the toilet. There's a balance.
yes, there is a balance. And you when you go to a place, you want to test that balance. Not a lot. If you need to do double, triple flushes, you want to do that. You don't want to be that guy that fucking clogs that bathroom. I'm just saying.
And then when you gotta call the owner of the house in to do that shit, and it just smells like ass in there.
Yeah. Like when I would take a shit in Las Vegas, I would make sure I flush it 3, 4, 5 times. Because there would be like, 1 paper, 2 paper, 3 paper. That's all each flush. You know what I'm saying?
Alrighty, guys. Thank you everyone for joining us. Don't forget to drop likes, comments, and
UFC
subscribe.
Largo. DM
Yeah.
Eddie.
Yeah, if you guys are interested in signing up for the gym,
Don't
let me
fuck it
know.
up. DM Eddie.
Yeah, and Vitality Wellness. You guys got some new stuff coming to Vitality. So, alrighty, guys. Thank you for joining us. Y'all have a good